Hi, this is Shirai. I want to give you some updates regarding the current situation, sort of like a brief synopsis of how this national ID works. It's not the ID Act of 2005. I believe this is some type of terrorist cell activity that is a threat to our national security. I'm a victim of this onslaught of national ID. So what I'm getting at this point is basically I became a private investigator. I was trying to find out what really happened to me and my son that caused all these problems in our lives to make us become um, in this predicament of impoverishment without gambling or have a drug problem. So basically, and I had good accounting credential background. So what I discovered is that there is an onslaught of individuals who targeted individuals for their ID. So what I mean by that, they piggyback, they target the individuals. They do not, the individuals they targeted with good credentials usually don't survive. Look at the death rate. Department of Labor will give you the birth and death rate of all the ethnic groups. The highest is among Caucasians and Blacks. It's over 50% when I just looked a couple of days ago under an estimated number. So basically, what's happening is you have the hybrid of Jane Doe. She's the hierarchy. She's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Social Security number. And somehow her ID was compromised. Whoever compromised it, I don't know. But someone compromised her information and facilitated an onslaught of hype clones. Could be, it started out small. It started out like a 1, 2, 3, raised up to 5,000, 10,000, 100,000, 500,000 to a million people that piggyback off her Social Security number, Jane Doe. They all will contribute to that Social Security number. And also they will pay taxes in that Social Security number. So basically, they're aiding and abetting people who had either ruined their own identity with felony convictions and so forth, or there are illegals. I don't know. Or they just wanted to, individual who didn't want to finish school wanted to not go to school but piggyback off somebody else's identity. Whatever the circumstances may be, it's still all illegal. So basically, what they did was under Jane Doe Social Security number, they all would contribute. They would get government benefits. They would get employment. Mostly, it was supposed the purpose behind it, this national ID, this secret agenda, was basically employment. But now they're using it for government um, programs, subsidies, housing vouchers, stamps, food stamps, driver's license, state ID. They're using it for a get out of jail free card. So it's not going to affect the individuals who are the clones. It's going to affect Jane Doe, and all this going to ruin Jane Doe's whole life. So they kind of redistribute of wealth, and then you have people that really get real bold. They will start applying, and they have applying for people identity that they target, claiming that they're not them. And the only way they can do it is basically economic oppress them, stop them from getting employment, stop them from getting housing, and make them live on the street. Once you do that, this is a great opportunity to steal everything they have and claim somebody else that person. So think of it as a national security concern. Now, Jane Doe's targeted. Jane Doe's homeless on the street, barely making it or strung out by these people targeting her for her identity. And then someone step up and file paperwork for for her lost identity. You see what I'm getting at? Now they claim they stole it, but now someone comes forth and say, I'm Jane Doe when it really isn't. They don't need Jane Doe DNA or forensic biometric. But they're really bold. They're going in the court system and boldly filing for people's identity. So imagine you in government, okay? And if I'm a international spy or whatever, I can basically steal somebody's identity and come in and work for government and steal all our secrecy. The same thing. If I want to do terrorist activity, all I got to do is steal someone's identity that has a good standard United States citizen identity and go work for the post office and plant a bomb there. I mean, this is not saying that someone in Jane Doe identity would, but this is what I'm trying to get you to understand. The national ID, the secret terrorist cell activity is a real thing. It is truly real, and I am a victim of it. They won't let me. They're going in court now, filing paperwork claiming that they're me, but I have a rare blood type O, and that's what's killing it. But they're keeping me oppressed. I can't get in the housing, in the apartments I apply for. I'm always returned down. It's all these individuals know who I am. Now imagine you got these grassroots working against you, but they have other people who have the home housing vouchers under your social security number. They're protected, but the original person isn't. You don't know if they are terrorists or not. You don't know if they should be here in this country or not. You don't know anything about these individuals, but they will go out their way and they will keep the original oppressed, or they will eventually kill them. Right now, I'm ill. I have a girder, I have cancer, and I have a major heart problem that I need a valve for. But all this didn't occur overnight. This is a gradual downtrodden situation. They don't target you, but they are very bold. Once they target you, they will let you know. That's how I found out about it. They were boldly in my face with what they're going to do to me. And I was told when it first started, walking my dog, this African American guy, bald. I don't know if he was a detective or he was built like he belonged in the police or something. But he said you were targeted and you won't have proof why they targeted you. They're going to do things to you you will not believe, and usually most of the time 1% ever survive what they do. But I didn't know it was about my ID. He said, "What did you do to people?" Nothing. I'm to myself. I'm a geek. I'm an accountant. So there's something going on that is causing all these problems, and they're targeting people for their ID. So that basically they're redistributing wealth from the original persons of that identity to someone else. So if someone committed felony or did something when they were a kid and it's on their record, everyone feels they have the pity party for that individual, and then they go after the person who has good identity because it's your fault. You made them have that poor decision. You don't even know them. All you know is that I chose to go to proper course, to go to school. I chose to do this way, this path, but it's your fault. So they want to take your identity and say, well, you're not being benevolent. You are not understanding of our needs. It's about their needs. So let me tell you, that's one of their best words. It's about their needs. It's about the children. I mean, that's how they cover up this propaganda. It's about the children. Look, I only had one child. They have government funded programs for public education, and if your parents can afford it, people can afford it, they can go to parochial school. So how is this relating, my life relating to children? I'm just throwing that question out there. This is about their needs. So basically they were using my IDs as a debit card. That's what they told me. I mean, they're telling me it's a debit card. We're not gonna let you steal our debit card from us. And I have strange people coming up to me talking about they're gonna hit me on the side of the head with a bottle. I can't go to the store without being harassed. Just subpoena those surveillance tapes and watch the activity around me and the mouth movements or whatever. If you have audio, listen to what they're really saying, and it's really interesting how these threats are coming about. But it's about me telling on them or squawking. But I'm not squawking. I'm trying to. I'm ill and I'm scared to go to the hospital because I might not come out alive. And that's what they told me. This is Shirai.